Nah, we don't need a fire extinguisher for the Hilux. It's all alright, but we'll fit one up anyway. Hey, it's Shane from Procheck, and this week's video is another one on the N80. We're doing a fire extinguisher bracket because the guys at Scrub King hooked us up, and we'll now be able to supply and fit all their accessories for all makes and models, not just the N80. So stay tuned, have a look, and we'll show you some fire extinguishers. So here we have it. We've got the 1 kilo, and Josh is banging behind me, so that's sick. Here we have it. We've got the 1 kilo fire extinguisher, which we can get from basically anywhere, Repco, Burson's, BCF, all those sorts of places. It's a little 1 kilo fire extinguisher. I think they're about $40. So we've got the Scrub King bracket. They make these for all the different makes and models. I'll zoom in here, but you can see, maybe, yep, there we go. N80 Hilux. So this is to suit my car. They have other makes and models available. They aren't very expensive. We'll load these up on our website. But this is hopefully not for our car. This is hopefully going to be for when we're at the track with the drift guys and tire crews and all those things, that we can actually use a fire extinguisher pretty quickly having in the car. We have used some other actual race cars before, so having one in the tow car will probably be pretty handy. So let's get stuck into it. Alright, so part one, we're going to start pulling the fire extinguisher apart first because we need to get the bracket to bolt onto the other bracket. So we just open this up, pop it off easily without squeezing the trigger, and we have our bracket. So we've just got a couple of little 10mm bolts, tiny little ones here. This will bolt through the bracket, and then we'll bolt through to this bracket, so when it's sitting in the car, it'll hold the fire extinguisher. Alright, so we'll get these brackets mounted up. Just got a little Milwaukee 10mm and another 10mm spanner. We'll bolt through from the front, so it gives the extinguisher a little bit of room. And we're going to mount the bottom of the extinguisher closest to the door, just so no one kicks the trigger when they're hopping in and out and, well, hurts themselves or fires off our extinguisher if the pin decides to fall out. So we'll bolt that in under there, bolt that in under there, something like that. So we've got a couple of bolts on. Now this is adjustable. I'll probably just try and center it and we'll see how it fits in the car. Worst case scenario, I'm probably going to have to redo it again. Josh is having a good old sing over there. Don't know if the audio will pick it up. Nice singing, Josh. So we nip him up there. I'll just nip this one up as well. And pretty much that's our bracket done and ready to go. So I'll leave the extinguisher out just for now, just so I've mounted in and see how we can get the fit. So let's go inside the car. So I'm walking over the car and Jarvis is looking at me silly. What's the question, Jarvis?
Don't have one.
Don't have one? He doesn't want to be YouTube famous today. Alright, so we're inside the car. We'll just come down in here. The bracket fits to the front of the seat here. So we're just going to undo the front bolts. We'll slide that under the actual seat bracket and that'll bolt in and sit nice and flush there. So let's get stuck into it. We need a couple of 14mm and we'll rip this front seat out. Alright, so let's get these 14mm undone if my socket stays on. So, all going to plan, this should tuck up under this seat nice and easily. Just line up the holes without squashing my charger cable. Line up that hole. Line up that hole. And we should be able to just put these back in. That one's good. Always try and find a couple of threads before you get your gun and ugga-dugger them. Give him a good couple of ugga-duggers. Give him a good couple of ugga-duggers. And there we go. We've got our bracket mounted in. And I think I've placed the extinguisher in a pretty good spot. So we'll load the extinguisher in and see how she fits. Alright, so I've got the fire extinguisher off the back of the car. Like I said, we're going to mount it with the trigger towards the center console. So I should be able to just clip that in there, slide that in the head there, and keep that flat there. So just hook this little bracket under itself and click it back in, and that's it, we're mounted in. Now the good things about these little brackets are you can actually slide the seat forwards and backwards and completely miss it. So I'll show you from up in this angle as well. So that's the extinguisher all mounted in. You can just grab the lever and it'll actually slide all the way over it. So now it's all completely covered in, no interference. So if you do have a little shorty in the front, they'll fit, or if you have a longie in the back, they'll fit. But yeah, extinguisher is mounted. So there we have it, that's the fire extinguisher all loaded in and done. We do have a couple of events coming up with some drifting and some racing and power cruising and all that sort of stuff, and some off-road things. So having a fire extinguisher there is definitely handy, especially even camping. If you've got cooking equipment and things like that, having a fire extinguisher is handy. If you don't have a caravan with an extinguisher, you can have one inside your car. So yeah, for a cheap installment really, quick little easy one. Pretty easy to do yourself. If you get stuck, by all means just give us a call, 1-800-776-243. Make sure you check our website, they will be loaded up on there as well for lots of different makes and models. We will be carrying stock. Massive shout out to Scrub King. Make sure you check out their Instagram page as well. They've got lots of items coming out, constantly making new things. So make sure you check out Scrub King. I'll throw their link down in the bottom in the description as well. So make sure you hit the likes button, hit the subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. We've got some awesome things coming up. Scrub King have given us a heap of different things to hook onto as well. So stay tuned. Cheers guys. How many mechanics does it take to get a gearbox out?
A lot when dirty ass controls.